This time of year is all about joy and community. But beneath the vibrant colors of celebration lies a serious, often overlooked public health risk we need to talk about.
In this explainer, we'll break down the chemical reality behind these festive colors, look at the data on who's most at risk, cover the critical first aid steps for eye exposure, and discuss your crucial role in getting this vital information out to the community.
So let's dive in. To understand the risk, we need to look past the vibrant colors and ask a fundamental question about the materials themselves.
So, what are we really celebrating with? The powders and pastes sold so openly in our markets, the ones we joyfully share with friends and family, are often far from harmless.
And this slide lays out the problem in stark detail. These aren't just harmless pigments, they're often industrial dyes and heavy metals. Look at the chart. The black powder you see can contain lead oxide, which is linked to renal failure. That vibrant green, it's often copper sulfate, a known cause of eye allergies and even temporary blindness. The truth is unavoidable. These are potent chemicals with severe, documented health risks.
Now you'd think that with these kinds of dangers, awareness would be high. And it is, but the data reveals a fascinating and worrying gap between what people know and what they actually do. A recent survey shows that a staggering 90% of the literate population is aware of the harmful effects of these chemical colors. On the surface, that sounds great.
But here's where the data gets interesting. As you can see from this chart, despite that high awareness, almost a third of the literate population still used chemical colors. And look at the bar on the right. Usage jumps to 70% within the illiterate community. This isn't just a knowledge problem. It's a critical breakdown in translating awareness into action.
The reality is, exposure is going to happen. That's why we need a clear, simple, and life-saving response protocol for our communities. This isn't just helpful advice, it's a non-negotiable standard of care.
The first and most critical point, backed by medical experts, addresses our natural instinct. When you get something in your eye, you want to rub it, but that is the absolute worst thing you can do. It can physically scratch the cornea and push these chemicals even deeper.
So, if eye exposure happens, there are only two immediate steps to take. First, as we just discussed, stop rubbing. If you have to, physically hold the person's hands down. Second, start rinsing the eye with clean, room-temperature water. And this isn't a quick splash. The flush must be continuous for at least 15 minutes to have a real effect.
Knowing what not to do is just as important. Don't reach for home remedies like rose water or milk. They can introduce bacteria and cause a secondary infection. And stay away from over-the-counter eye drops, as some can actually worsen a chemical burn. In this critical first stage, only clean, running water is safe.
Rinsing is the correct first step, but it might not be the last. If you see any of these symptoms, severe pain, blurred vision, or a visible spot on the cornea, you are looking at a serious injury, likely a chemical burn. This is a medical emergency. Do not wait. Get professional medical help immediately.
This brings us to the most important part of this explainer, what we can do about it. This is about our shared responsibility to prevent these injuries and make sure our communities are prepared. So, to sum it all up, the danger is real, the data is clear, but the response is simple. We have a well-documented problem with toxic chemicals, we know who is most at risk, and we have a clear, actionable first aid plan that can prevent permanent injury. So now the responsibility shifts to you, to all of us. The question isn't what to do. We have the answer. The question is, how will you ensure this life-saving information reaches every single person in your community? The work of protecting our loved ones starts now. Thank you.